Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Tracy. I will be here with you only for a few minutes. I decided to come on to do a podcast this evening because I don't have anything better else to do. Before I get started and tell you what I'm going to talk about, hit that subscribe button. I am still at 180. I need 20 more before I can get to 200. Your help is greatly needed to help me get to that. Um, you can hit that subscribe button. You can hit that link, but actually, um, if you see the subscribe button, I think on YouTube it's like in the right hand corner. Sometimes it's in the left, sometimes it's at the top. But just look for the button that says subscribe and hit it. Um, Definitely support me on Patreon. Um, I definitely need your support. It is appreciated. It costs money to have that duck not appear on my StreamYard. So I appreciate any type of support I can get. So I'm going to save my other announcement for a little bit later as I talk about this. Um, I'm trying to sit back because my back is really hurting. So hold on just a moment here. Okay, that's better. At least I can sit back. I'm like, oh my gosh, my back is really hurting. So, I want to talk about Nikki Haley, girl dropout. Um, I want to talk about. Um, well, I'm not going to talk about anything in Gaza because I just I'm to the point. I just don't understand why we're still supporting genocide. So I'm probably not going to talk about that. I am going to talk about a Substack article that I'm writing. Um, then I'll get to my announcement, and if I have time, I'll talk about top Motown groups, which is what I was going to talk about yesterday. But um, I had an impromptu interview um, that I needed to, well, I had to do. So um, there's that. So if this seems kind of off cuff, I really didn't. When I said I was going to do this show, it was because I wasn't going to be on Radical Truth to Power. It doesn't come on um, the last Sundays and Saturday and Sundays of each month. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just do a show then because I'm used to doing it. Oh my gosh, I should have put a little bit more thought. So next month, I'll put more thought into it in terms of what time to go live. I didn't realize that was on also. So if you're kind of jumping in between the two, or if you watch that, that's totally fine. I should be better about scheduling things. Um, let's see, what should I talk about? And if you have comments, please put them in the comment section. Like I said, I'm saving a huge announcement for later. Um, and I'm trying to delete this one. I'm trying to delete something, but it's not coming off. Okay, so um, the Republican primary is officially over. It's done. It's completed. There's no reason for this to go on anymore. Trump won South Carolina. I don't know why Nikki Haley just decided to stay in the race. I want to read a quote um, that I read, and it was just like, girl, get out of the race. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, I mean, well, let me just go here first. Okay. Oh, and I'm gonna definitely talk about Trump's sneakers. his comments to black conservatives. Why? But I want to see what the vote tally was here. South Carolina primary results. Okay. Oh, this is terrible. So coming in last place with less than 0.1% was Vivek Ramaswamy. Coming in at 0.4% was Ron DeSantis. And coming in second place in her own home state, um, Nikki Haley was 39.5%, and Trump at almost 60% with 59.8%. It's over. It's over. Somebody tell Nikki Haley this race is over. Um, it's over. Like, get out of the race now. You aren't gonna win. Why are you still in the race? Um, Hi Parker. This is what I'm getting to. Why is she in this race? Does she really think like? Excuse me. Hold on a second. Let me get something to drink here. Does she really think she has a chance? Look, I am not a Trump fan at all. At all. I think he's a fascist. I think he should never hold office again. I think he should have been in prison for the things that he's done. But his base, they're not going to support anybody else. Like, what are you talking about? Girl, why is you in this? Drop out. There's no shame in dropping out. I don't know who's funding her campaign. I don't know who's supporting her, who's telling her, you know what, keep staying. Keep staying. No. Quit. It's over. It's over. It's over. The race was over pretty much when Trump said he was getting in, but I guess you got to have a few primaries just to see. Girl, it's over. You stayed in longer than most of the Republican competitors. Just take solace in that. Pat yourself on the back for that and keep it moving because it's over. She will stay in after the first week of March. There is one day where a bunch of states vote, and she probably will drop out after. She should do it now, right? I think that day you're referring to is Super Tuesday. Wait, who does she think she's going to? Who does she? Wait, the she's not appealing to Democrats that cross over to vote for her in the primary. She's not doing well. Girl, just drop out. Drop out. It's okay to drop out and say, you know what? I couldn't get it done. I tried my best. This didn't work. I thank people for their support. And when she drops out, she doesn't have to endorse Trump. She could endorse, well, she may not endorse Biden, but she doesn't have to endorse Trump when she drops out. I'm not understanding why she's in this race. She had a bad week when she went in on Alabama's. Oh boy, Alabama. I'm inserting a story here, but Alabama's Supreme Court decided that embryos deserve the same protection as children. Um, And she went back and forth. She went around the question. The reporter was asking, hey, do you agree with this decision? It was basically a yes or no question. And she went all around and talking about, at first she said, well, yes, embryos are babies. No, they're not. You start off as an embryo, group of cells, then you turn into a fetus, then you turn into a baby. Embryo, fetus, baby. Embryo, fetus, baby. Embryo, fetus, baby. Not baby, not embryo fetus, not embryo baby. Um, com- Hello, the comedy Pixax. Thank you. Hello. Subscribe if you have not. Thank you for tuning in. I thought I was really gonna be by myself today, because I've been trying to do some off podcasts and I haven't had anybody to do them with, so I've canceled a lot of them. But thank you Parker, and thank you the comedy pickaxe also for being here and hope you all stick around. Um, I really want to know who's paying Nikki to do this. Like, she's not staying in this race because she thinks she can win. I mean, like, does she think she has a chance? And Parker, I didn't even hear her concession speech. So you said the delegates go towards the winner of the state in the GOP primaries. It is not like she gets any reward for getting 40% as opposed to 20%. I know, right? Then she said, I watched her. Then Parker said, I watched the concession speech after South Carolina. And she was like, I know 40% is not 60, but I also know that 40% is no small group of people. Girl, you gonna lose. You are going to lose the RNC. The RNC is not ready to have a woman lead its party. They not. Look at what they did to the chair of the RNC. I'm surprised she got that far. They're not ready. That party is not ready for a woman to be the presidential candidate. They are not ready. They don't have it together. They don't want to do it. They're opposed to it. No, that party is misogynistic. Yeah, that's the right word. The party is full of misogyny. There's no, and you're not white. And I'm like, it's like, why are you even in that party? They're anti-female. They're anti anything other than white. Like, you're there for like what reason? Again, I want to know who is paying her to stay in this campaign. Is she trying to get like a podcast going after this? I don't really know. Is because one train of thought could be that she's trying to get um see, Parker, I disagree with this. You're not old enough to remember this. I don't know if you do, but remember when Sarah Palin ran as the VP? Convinced Republicans didn't want her, although that's because she had the intelligence of a sheet of paper. But I don't think they would. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but they just don't seem to have it in them. Sorry, my throat is really dry. But who? Who is paying her? What is her goal? Is her goal to be the vice president? Um, I don't think it is. I think Trump, here's who I think Trump is going to pick. It's going to be Tim Scott. He can't pick Vivek, right? Because, well, he could pick Vivek Ramaswamy, but he he has a better chance of winning. Tim Scott is the um, safer choice. Let's put it like this. Because what Trump could say is, look, I'm not racist. I picked a black guy. Although he could say, hey, look, I'm not racist. I picked an Indian guy and he's not Christian. But I don't think he wants to upset his evangelical base. So I don't think he picks Vivek Ramaswamy, who practices Hindu. I don't think he does that. I think that he picks Tim Scott because he's Christian, he's black. It meets all of the kind of check marks that Trump is trying to do. Um, so I don't think she wants to be vice president. Um, I wonder what it is that she like. What's her long game, right? Because she's staying in a race. that she's not going to win? Is she going to say, let's, like, what? I would love to hear anybody's opinion on this that's watching. What do you think that her end game is? What is she saying? Um, why is she staying in a race that does not look like she's going to win? Right? Um, it doesn't. It just doesn't. It's not clicking with me because I can't understand what is she in it for. Clearly, she's behind. She's behind in every poll against Trump. She's behind. Like, he's clearing the field. Although technically he should be in prison now. The DOJ didn't do anything, sat on his butt for 2 years, and now you're complaining. But hey, that's just my opinion. But I still keep, I repeating myself again, but I'm just wondering, what is the end game? What is it that she's after? It can't be vice president because I think Trump is too petty to pick her. He might, but I don't think, because she is Christian. She definitely is. So well, that could be a pick for him, but I still think it's going to be Tim Scott. Um, yeah, I was 8, and I do remember that. LOL. I think Trump could beat Biden even if Trump had a woman VP. Possibly. Possibly. I'm sorry to keep drinking this, but my throat is really dry. So it just amazes me because I'm like, who are the advisors telling her, hey, you stay in this race? Sure, you're down 40% to his 60%. So 40% is a whole lot of people. Sure, it's not 60%, and you won't get any votes slotted to you. It's just basically winner take all. Um, but hey, you stay there. You stay in this race. Sure, and like, who's giving her money? Who's the voters that are giving her money? I'll tell you, Democrats. It's gotta be. She's not like in the Republican base at all. Or I just looked up Trump's true social post in all cam. Okay, I'm not understanding that, Parker. What did you see that I didn't? Oh, in all caps, he referred to Nikki as Nikki the Bird Brain Haley. He's got names for people. That's why I just don't think he's gonna pick her. Maybe for a cabinet position like Secretary of Defense or something like that, but he's not gonna pick her for VP. He's too petty. He's too petty. Um, it amazes me, like I said, I think it's Democrats giving her money. It can't be anybody else. Nobody Republican is out here like, yeah, I want Nikki Haley. There's no Facebook group Nikki Haley for president. You don't see her. Um, like I said, Parker, I think you're right. By Super Tuesday, it's going to be all over, and we'll get ready for the race that nobody wants from two people that we don't want. We don't want Trump. We don't want Biden, but we'll get mad when people don't want to vote for either of them and want to vote for a third choice. But hey, that's just me. I'm on it today, so I'm gonna just keep moving in that vein. Um, I wanted to talk about Trump just a little bit. Because Trump recently spoke, and I'm gonna look on my phone. I'm sorry. I know Marlon hates that, but since Marlon's not watching, um, I'm not caring. Um, okay, so Trump, black conservatives. Conservatives. Okay. So, um, I'm gonna I wanna I wanna get this right because I don't want to quote this wrong. But there is a video recently. Donald Trump, our great dear leader, addressed a group of black conservatives. And he said, I think I can do well in the black community, not because the black community has struggles and we can all identify with it. Donald Trump says that his criminal indictments boost his appeal to black voters. Are you serious, man? Are you absolutely serious with this? Your criminal indictments boost your appeal to black voters. You said this out loud. Nobody told you, ooh, you probably don't want to say that. Like, you got on TV or in front of a group of black people. I don't care if they're black conservatives, they're still black. You got in front of a group of black people and said that your criminal indictments boost your appeal to black people. Why? Because we go to jail? We got criminal cases like larger than other numbers. What are you talking about? Like, what makes you sit here? Not that you're watching this, but what makes you say something that stupid? And the fact that he doesn't even have a filter. He just literally got up in front of a group of black people. He got in front of a group of black conservatives, people that should never vote for Trump, but somehow they do. And he said that his criminal indictments boost his popularity in the black community. Who told him this was a good idea? Who said, yep, you got it. You got it. That's it. That's how you do it. I'm trying to find the group he spoke with. They're called the Black Conservative Federal. Well, shoot, I just had it. I just literally had an article. I just literally had this article. I cannot believe this. Where is it at? I just had it. He said he appeals to black people because of his criminal indictments, and those black people sat there and didn't boo him. They didn't say, bro, you probably don't want to be saying that. You don't need to be saying this out loud, but nope. They just sat there and just let him say it. Just let him sit there and say anything. Just let him say it. What? What? Oh, here it is. Finally found it. I'm going to read as much of this as I can. Donald Trump said he was speaking at President Joe Biden's worst nightmare while courting black conservatives at the Black Conservative Federation Gala in Columbia, South Carolina. Hundreds of proud black American patriots. Trump spent the night using racially charged sentiments, suggesting he has strengthened his appeal to black Americans by claiming they can relate to him because of his multiple criminal indictments. This is according to ABC News. And this is a quote from Trump. I got indicted for a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that's why black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually view me as I'm being discriminated against. It's pretty amazing, Trump said to applause. Why they clap for that? Why did they sit there and clap for that? They went in and see all skin folk. No, all kin folk. Wait a minute. All skin folk ain't kin folk. These people right here, first of all, you don't clap for that. You boo for that. You get him off the stage for that. You don't invite somebody there talking about it enables me to the black community because They've been discriminated against. You could have just said the black community has been discriminated against, but you got to make everything about you. Um, I am just, and he continues. My mugshot. We've all seen the mugshot, and you know where who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. Oh, I, I don't. I'm not. They sat here and clapped for this. They clapped for this. They got there. They heard him say this. Agree. If Biden had said that, no, no, because this is almost equal to when Joe Biden was interviewed by Charlamagne the God, and he said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." I don't know which one is worse, but oh my gosh, they clapped. They clapped. There are things you don't clap for. This is one of them. When somebody says that my criminal indictments boost my popularity with black people, that's when you don't clap. You don't clap. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Black Federation of Conservatives, you not kinfolk. I mean, you black because I can't take that away from you, but y'all ain't no kinfolk. Um, It's like when Trump and all his defenders years ago on TV would be like, look at the black unemployment rate being so low. Shouldn't they be thanking us, pretending like Trump deserves all the credit? Absolutely. I'm sure the white population loves the. Really, thank you, Parker. I'm talking about several things, Marlon. Thank you for joining because I sent out invitations, but of course I'm here by myself. I was gonna have plenty of fun, but I'm trying to feel like time here. They clapped for it. They clapped for it. He said that his mugshot makes him popular with the black people. And they clapped. They sat there and they clapped. What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Some in your brain ain't right because that wavelength should have said, what did he just say? He didn't say what I think he just said. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's because I can't the fact that they clapped. They literally clapped like this is a good thing. Like, yep, we've been discriminated against. We understand. I've been discriminated against, but dude, you get a mugshot because you did something illegal, allegedly. You get, oh my gosh, y'all. Y'all. They clapped. I'm going to keep on saying they clapped because they did. They sit there and said, yes, yes, say it. Oh, what's wrong with people? What's wrong with people? But I can't say that black people didn't clap when Biden said at a convention a couple years ago that if people vote, if the Republicans win, they would have us in chains. Pretty sure black people clapped at that too. Oh my gosh, they clapped. They clapped. They clapped, y'all. I'm trying to get past this so I can move on to my next subject. Because Parker, I didn't even talk about this one. I think um I'll read what Parker says here. I'm looking forward to March 5th, which the California primary race with Adam Schiff, Barbara Lee, Katie Porter, and some random Republican. The two top advanced to face each other in November. It's gonna be Adam Schiff and Katie Porter. You know, I like Barbara Lee somewhat, although some of the things she's did I question. But it's Adam Schiff. That's who the Democrats want. That's who's going to win. That's who they're going to put their support behind. The Republican guy, don't even know who. I think it's Steve Garvey, that's running, the former baseball player. Um, I think. But yeah, Super Tuesday is going to be big in terms of local races. It's not going to be. I mean, some states in the Democratic primary aren't even having primaries, like North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida. They just have like one name. Like, who's going to go out there and be like, well, Joe Biden's name is on it? When Trump gave his victory speech after South Carolina last night, he introduced Lindsey Graham on stage, and the crowd booed him, and was kind of funny. See, I can't with Lindsey Graham because I don't know who he is, right? Like, it's like he takes his thumb to, like, he does this, and like whatever way the wind is blowing, that's where he'll go. Um, so the fact that he got booed, but yet they're gonna keep voting him back, he'll win his Senate race. Like, nobody's gonna beat him, and that's the sad part. You boo him, but yet you keep voting for him. Why? It's just like the people in Texas. Ted Cruz is never gonna lose his Senate seat, never. Because, ouch, I'm sorry, I got this tag in the back of my shirt and it's just really itchy. I'm sorry, this tag is just really bothersome. Um, Tracy, since you live in Indiana, do you remember the Senator, Democrat Senator Joe Donnelly, who lost in his? Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. Joe Donnelly is a piece of waste of time. He should never have gotten elected senator. I don't know how he got elected. He stayed in there. He he was, I don't even want to say he was a moderate Democrat. He was straight Republican Democrat. Like, he was so Republican, it was just ridiculous. I knew that Mike Brown was gonna beat him. I was like, oh, this is over. Indiana's a Republican state. We haven't had a Democratic senator since, well, 2018, I think. That's the last time we had um, a Democratic senator. Oh, what a joke. Now, see, Parker, I was feeling good until you did that. Why did you do that to me? Oh, Joe Donald. I don't even think he lives in Indiana anymore. He was awful. And I lived here when he was senator. I've lived here my whole life. Oh my gosh. I think we've had two United States senators that were Democrat, Evan Bayh and Joe Donnelly. He voted for one of Trump's Supreme Court picks, and he was in favor of Trump's border wall. Absolutely. Absolutely, he was. And that's probably why people didn't vote for him and they stayed home. Sorry, my throat is still itchy. Yeah, he was awful, isn't even a word for it. Um, it's not, it's not. So far we've talked about Nikki Haley, who I think Trump is gonna pick. Um, have you all got a whole seen the Trump shoes, the Trump gold sneakers? Oh, I'm gonna show y'all this one. I hope y'all can see it. What are these things? What are these things? Um, you know what? Oh my goodness. Why does this always do this? Okay. So somebody in the Trump campaign is real desperate. Um, Trump has launched a sneakers line. At $399, Um, why? These aren't Jordans or I guess uh, trying to think of all the brand names of sneakers because I always just buy the off brand. Um, they're called Never Surrender sneakers, and their roadmap for Mr. Trump's values in the system, electoral, blah 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 blah. Shiny as the chandeliers in Mar-a-Lago. That no, I'm just gonna show y'all a picture. I'm just gonna show. I hope y'all can see this. I hope y'all can see this. What are those? I mean, who sits here and thinks, "Gee, I got $399. Let me throw them away on some glory sneakers or whatever they call it." I just literally sat here and read the name of them. These look like um somebody just um said, "Hey, let's take some gold spray paint and let's just put them on a shoe." I mean, it don't make no sense. It $399. Uh, welcome, William Moore. Please, this is my. I know, but see, I had to because again, if my guest had came in, I had a whole bunch of series of fun topics. But since nobody came in, I got to talk about these shoes. $399. Okay, so the tax rate in Indiana is what 7%. So if you buy those shoes for $399, no, I'm gonna multiply this because this a mess. This a mess. If you buy those shoes at three, oh, and by the way, William, please subscribe. Um, um, if you buy those shoes at $399 multiplied by $1.07 sales tax, that's $426. Um, $426.93. I could pay my water bill, my gas bill, my cell phone bill. I could buy food, but I'm gonna buy a pair of these ugly sneakers. Look like somebody just took some gold paint and just said, "Hey, oh Parker, I didn't see this. I did not see this." I'm glad you just pointed to it. Oh, look at that, yeah. Let me look at that. Imagine on the shoes if they had an outline of Trump dunking on a basketball. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Parker. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Show the other side of the shoe. I can't get it. I was trying to find the one with the flag on it. Um, who who sits here and says, "Yep, I live in Indiana. I got $426.93 to waste. Sure, I'll buy some gold shoes with an American flag on it." Who's gonna say, "You know what? People gonna buy this." Somebody in his base is going to buy these. Somebody in his base is gonna think this is a great idea. Watch. Watch, watch, watch. Watch it. All you gotta do is just sit here and watch it. Somebody's gonna think, "Hey, you know what? Those shoes are gorgeous." I mean, it looks like somebody literally got, those spray cans that you have, like you can spray on the colors. That's literally what it looks like. And it's like, and you know he doesn't wear them. Come on, he doesn't wear them. Does he? Does Trump look like he wears tennis shoes? No, he doesn't. People are going to show up to his rallies with those shoes on. Yep. And then they'll argue with each other to see who got them first. No, I got them first. No, you got them first. I got them first. You got them first. No, I'm me. I got them first. Oh my gosh. It's like he launches a shoe line. A shoe line. Oh my gosh. The greatest. Yeah, I can't. I'm just gonna move to the Substack article I'm gonna write because I want to get to my last subject, the fun subject for today. Um, so I'm gonna talk about one or two articles I'm gonna write. I have a Substack which I haven't. I'll put it up here. Let me find it. I have a Substack that I have not um posted anything yet, and so I'm working on two articles, right? Um, and I'm only gonna put one of them up. But one, is there any politician I would buy branded shoes off of? No, nope, nope, nope. I wouldn't buy branded shoes off of anybody. My tennis shoes are like maybe $40. Maybe that's like the highest I've ever paid. Um, so I'm working on two articles. One is a letter to the editor. Well, they're both letters to the editor, and I don't know which one I'm going to put on the Substack. One is called the Democratic Party, the boyfriend that doesn't want to do right but still wants to be your boyfriend, or the Democratic Party needs to stop pimping um, the black church. I'm more leaning towards the second one because I have distinctive feelings on it. I'm going to work on it this week and hopefully have it up by next week. Um, Not even Cornell West shoes. LOL. I know he, yes, thank you. He wouldn't sell shoes. He would be giving shoes to people, not selling them. And those are ugly shoes. That's the thing about it. But back to my Substack, right? So I'll be, like I said, it's not often that I get to write for this Substack. Like I said, I've had it for 2 months and I still haven't wrote anything. But I'm going to make sure that I dedicate either one, either the Democrats or like the boyfriend that says they're going to do right but never does, or the Democratic Party needs to stop pimping the black church. One of those two, like I said, I'm probably leaning towards number two more than I'm leaning towards number one. And so when I do that on Substack, I will let you all know. So for tonight's fun topic, I decided to have some fun tonight. Um, I'm trying to find the link here. Okay, so I said, Tracy, what do you want to do for fun? You don't have Patreon. You got one Patreon, so you can't do an after party right now because you only have one Patreon. So what do you want to do as a fun activity? Um, the boyfriend is complicit in an ongoing. Absolutely, absolutely. But we're moving on to our fun topic of the evening. I want to discuss Motown groups. I'm going to give you four. Um, and I'll tell you which one I like the best. So there's Diana Ross and the Supremes, the Temptations, the Four Tops, the Jackson Five. Those are the four groups. I was going to do Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, but I was like, I know Smokey Robinson more as a solo artist and not necessarily a part of the Miracles. And I couldn't name any song that they did except for Who's Loving You, which the Jackson 5 redid, and it was better than theirs. So I'm like, eh. So first, the Supremes. And now I'm ranking them in order. No, the Four Tops. Now, and matter of fact, I love all four of these groups, right? I love all four of these groups. All four of them I love. But if I'm gonna put anybody in the four slot, I gotta put the Four Tops in the four slot, right? They had did they have that song Sugar Pie, Honey Bunch, I love you song? Yeah, they did. So they had that song. They had, I'm gonna see here because I know let's see. They had Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. They had hold on. Um um I'm trying to think what other songs they had. I know they had more. Okay. So I know the Four Tops had more than Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. Ain't no woman like the one I got. Ain't no woman like the one I got. Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. Um no, I'm gonna get on here. Reach out. Baby, I need your loving. The same old song. Oh boy, they had a lot of them. Stillwater, Standing in the Shadows of Love, uh, Walk Away Renee, I've never heard. Back to School, I've never heard. Shake Me, Wake Me. Um, hey, Mac, how are you? Hey, Mac, I know. That's why I know to call you Mac. Hey, how are you? Thank you for coming in 2 days in a row. Um, Keeper of the Castle. Um, Down in Acapulco, I think I know. Right on, brother. I got that feeling. So yes, yes. Those are songs by the Four Tops. Now next coming in is Diana Ross and the Supremes. And now Parker, I don't know how you didn't know you know Diana Ross. See, I know Diana Ross as a member of the Supremes, right? Um, and oh shoot, I'm trying to get these songs up here. So they had, I know they had Baby Love. Know they had Baby Love. Come and See About Me. Someday We'll Be Together. Um, I Hear a Symphony. Um, Stone Love. I don't know that one. Reflections of the Way Life Used to Be. Yep, that one. Back in My Arms Again. My World is Empty Without You. Up in the Ladder of Love. Love Child. Um, Automatically Sunshine. I'm Living in Shame. Um, Stop in the Name of Love. How did I forget about Stop in the Name of Love? Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Oh, I love that song. Love that song. Love that song. Love that song. Um, so that was that one. So the next group is the Temptations. Now you talk about um a group with songs that are just classic. Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Um, Treat Her Like a Lady. I Can't Get Next to You. Get Ready. My Girl. Ball of Confusion. Beauty is Only Skin Deep. I'm Losing You. You're My Everything. Just My Imagination. Of course, the Christmas song, Silent Night, which I call In My Mind. Um, It was actually did by both Parker. So a lot of times what would happen is, especially with Motown artists, like one group would do the song and then another group would do like that same song. So Ain't No Mountain High Enough was actually sung by Diana Ross and the Supremes, and I believe it was also sung by Marvin Gaye. I could be wrong about that, but I know Diana Ross and the Supremes did it. Um, but the Temptations, um, I wonder who she's seeing now. This girl ain't with me. Don't let my love Joneses get you down. You can basically, if it wasn't for the number one group, which you all have figured out who that is by now, this group right here had hits, hits, hits. Let me tell you something. There's nothing like that Motown sound. Even though that sound is like disappeared from music, I can listen to Motown like all day, every day. It is just like top notch, excellent. The beats, and everything. Yes, Parker, I have put the Jackson 5 over the Temptations. Let me tell you why. Well, I don't have to tell you why. I'm gonna let their discography tell you why. I'm gonna let their discography tell the whole story of this group that hailed from Gary, Indiana. Um, this group had some. Now you talk about a group that had hits, hits. This group had the hits. First of all, I Want You Back. ABC. Who's Loving You? I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Blame It on the Boogie. Well, Shake Your Body Down to the Ground was them with the Jacksons, so I can't count that one. So was Blame It on the Boogie. I'll Be There. Never Can Say Goodbye. The Jackson 5 were on point. They were the most popular group in Motown. They basically made Motown. And I'm looking at some other stuff, but they just, I know more Jackson 5 songs than this. FIVE songs. And I Want You Back. They're saying Blame It on the Boogie, but that was when they were with the Jacksons. So there was a time where the Jackson 5 left, well, all except for Jermaine. They left Motown because Motown didn't want them to write their own songs, so they left, and then they became the Jacksons. Sometimes they would have Michael, other times they would. But I thought that's when they did Torture, which was 1984. By that time, they was well gone from Motown. Dancing Machine. Dancing Machine was Motown. Oh my gosh. Rockin' Robin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They get more credit because they were kids. No, but they were the most talented group in Motown. Period. Just listen to their version of Who's Loving You versus Smokey Robinson and the Miracles version of Who's Loving You. If you don't tell me that the Jackson 5 version is like far superior, you smoking something. Because point blank, period, they had the most talent, they had the most skills, they had the dancing, the singing, they had everything it took to make them the top Motown group. I think that the number one greatest song of all time is titled Beds Burning by the Midnight Oil from Australia. The number two is The Eyes of Amelia by Air. Okay, but Mac, I'm talking about Motown. Motown. And I've never heard either one of those two songs. So now you got me curious. But I'm talking about Motown groups. It's the Jackson 5. Who else can compare to their discography, right? Temptations can't, Four Tops can't. You could put the Supremes, the Temptations, and the Four Tops all together, and the Jackson 5 would still beat them all. They were Motown's most popular groups. They had the most amount of sales. They had the most amount of talent, mostly because of Michael, but they had it. There's no family group, not the DeBarges, not the Jets, not the, there's no family group that has ever came out. There's no group of 5 or 4 that's ever came out since the Jackson 5 that could even compare. They are it. They're the king of the top. They are it. They're all that. They're number one. That's the end. But again, Mac, I'm gonna have to learn who these songs are because I literally don't know those. Um, so with that, I have one other announcement. Um, and I gotta get to it. Okay, and I'll be announcing this on all my shows. So, um, my channel needs your help. I have 100 and around 79 or 180, one or the other amount of subscribers, and I have one Patreon. I am trying to grow my subscribers to at least 250 and 5 total subscribers. So the week of April the 22nd, April the 23rd, April the 24th, April the 25th, April 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, April the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. I will be doing a show every single day at 7:30 p.m. I will go live. I will specifically talk about um, um, my need for more support. As you all know, it's not free to do these things. I pay a lot of money to keep that duck off of this screen. I want to keep not have to put that duck on the screen. I want to keep my Zoom room. I want to buy some new lights. I've been hanging on to these, and I don't know how long I can hang on. So that week of April the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, I will be broadcasting every single day at 7:30 p.m. If you're on my mailing list, you should have already received an email with all of that information in there. There's a link to donate. If you just want to make a one-time donation, I certainly would appreciate it. I'm going to be doing this pretty much every day, like I said, for that week. I'll try to come up with different shows. My Tuesday show and my Thursday show, those are set. So I just had to worry about Monday show, Wednesday show, and Friday show right now. So that's the announcement. I do have a video that I loaded up that, if you're on my mailing list, you would have gotten with all the links in it. But I want to thank everyone who tuned in, and I'm going to let Mac have this last word on this. And he says, well, the problem with Motown is they didn't want to expand the Motown sound. That's why Luther Vandross had to leave Motown and start his own. I didn't even know Luther Vandross was with Motown. I thought he was with Arista. Well, I must have learned something new today because I surely thought he was with Arista. Or was that Atlantic? I didn't think he was with Motown, or was that Aretha? Aretha was not with Motown. She was with Atlantic. But yeah, that was a problem with Motown. They didn't want to expand that sound. But in their heyday, you wasn't beating it. You could not beat the Motown sound, right? It was on point. And like I said, for me, top group is Jackson 5. No, nobody else can even come close to what they had. Iconic songs, iconic dance moves, iconic instrument playing. They styled right, sang right. Sure, all their songs sounded alike a little bit, but I think that's what helped in terms of their sound. But no family group I know since has even came close to what they had. So, and I know I'm gonna say the Beatles are better, but the Beatles, they were a different type. They were in a family group, and of course they're better. I mean, that just goes without saying. But I'm talking about Motown groups, not necessarily other groups. So I want to thank everyone for watching this show, commenting. I appreciate it. I'm glad I was not by myself. I would have been really sad if I didn't have at least somebody watching. So thank you to everybody that watched, everybody that commented. Remember to subscribe to this page, like this page. Even if you watch it like after we go off the air, please comment. I appreciate comments. Like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We need subscribers. Our goal is 250. Remember that our Patreon/subscriber drive is coming April the 22nd, April the 23rd, April the 24th, April the 25th, and April the 26th, where I will be broadcasting every single day. Um, um, I'll be broadcasting every day at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I got one more comment, and I'm gonna let it go. You can network and get your stream some attention by giving interviews by other interview streams using Mrs. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'll look into that, but thank you. But we still need subscribers on this page because my goal is to get 1,000 before the end of this year. So remember, everybody, subscribe, 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 subscribe. Um, Thank you for watching. Have a great evening. I'll see you all Tuesday on the Tracy Show. Have a fantastic evening.